What's up? Black Suburban Dad here again. And as the sun shines on me for another beautiful day, it's sad to report that the sun is not shining on one Nautica Malone. Yes, if you haven't heard about the story, it's a story, tragic story of a man leaving a bikini barista, just going to get himself a coffee. I think. Well, one would think he's just going to get a coffee, right? Well, that's not the truth. Nautica Malone.
Nope.
He wanted more than coffee. Now, look, I've been to one of these bikini barista stands. Okay, allegedly, I've been to one of these bikini barista stands, and when I went, I'm gonna tell you right now. It's two different times actually that I went. One time I actually went for the coffee, and this is like right before I went to work. Now, if you haven't been there, it's the worst coffee you're ever gonna taste in your life. The coffee's so bad, it's like they're intentionally making it bad just for you to, not pay attention to what you're getting. You're supposed to pay attention to what they're wearing. Now, the other time that I went there, the coffee was actually decent, but I didn't actually go there for the coffee.
Nope.
I went there to see something else, but I had more class and sophistication than the story that I'm going to bring up of one Nautica Malone. Now, I got to say, man, this story does end in a tragic way, and I'm pretty sure that you've heard about it. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it. One Nautica Malone, and this is the Fox News report talking about what happened to this man.
Tonight, police say a man took his own life after getting caught committing a sex crime in the drive-thru of a coffee shop in Tempe, and video of him was posted online.
Hi, how are you? Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Call 911.
Officers say 27-year-old Nautica Malone of Goodyear went to Bikini Beans
Fair
Coffee
use.
last Thursday on Scottsdale Road. They say a female worker taking orders outside spotted him inappropriately touching himself, alerted the manager, and when he drove up to the window, police say the man.
So did he already get the party jumping, like before he even rolled up there? Maybe he's like chilling off in the cut. One of the bikini barista chicks, they just happened to see him over there, and he's already got the party jumping, like, you know what I'm saying? He's moving in an awkward way or something like that, and she's like, man, I gotta get out of here. So she goes back and I guess tells her manager or another worker, so they're already prepared for his ass when he roll up. So that's why I was wondering, how does she already have the video camera waiting? How's she already ready for this guy when he pulls up? But it sounds like he was already getting the party jumping, so that explains that.
Manager confronted him with her cell phone and recorded video of him without his pants on. That video has been widely shared online. On Saturday, 2 days later, investigators say Malone died by suicide in Tolson.
Hey, look, this place is probably about to get a shitload of business, too. I guarantee you they're going to get a lot of business because you know how people are. People are kind of morbid, man. They want to be at the spot where something tragic took place. And I guarantee you these girls are going to be getting a lot of tips just from this one action happening. Now, it looks like a pretty nice bikini barista. I wonder where was he? So this is the entrance right here, and they usually come out from the back. If you ever been to one of these places, they usually have their cooler out back and all that stuff, so people can't just be peeping them out. And they'll usually come out with like a hoodie on or something covering up their body, maybe a pair of pants, hoodie, and some Crocs or something like that. So I'm thinking he was probably chilling over here in the corner, probably by these trees, and he got the party started, if you know what I mean. He's trying to see some booty cheeks when they come out of this back door, going to get their all their ice and all that stuff, all their other resources that they need to get. He's probably over here. He got the party already started. So when he roll up, he's fully at attention, and he's ready to go ahead and let off, right? He's fully at attention. So when he rolls up, he want to go ahead and shoot that syrup out when he's face-to-face with these chicks, probably. He rolled up so nonchalantly, like, yeah, it's me, it's Nautica again. And, bro.
That same night, they say his family members went to Bikini Beans and got aggressive with the staff over Malone's death. Tolson police are now handling the death investigation. In a statement to Fox 10, Bikini Beans Coffee says, quote, "Our thoughts and prayers are with the family of the individual involved during this difficult time. This was an unfortunate and tragic situation. As a company, the safety of our employees is always our top priority. In this case, an individual chose to commit a crime at one of our locations. We take incidents like this very seriously and remain committed to protecting our team and maintaining a safe and respectful environment. Thank you for your continued support."
Yeah, it's such a tragic day for that man. Such a tragic day. Nautica Malone. I mean, if this was where's it at? If this was the Breakfast Club or whatever the hell that show's called, you definitely get Donkey of the Day, man. Let's look into this guy, and I'm gonna read the story for you, even though that they just pretty much told you what the story is. Where is it at? And it looked like it's disappeared. But anyway, I want to talk about the men's deletion rates. Okay, so how can you get a man to not self-delete? Okay, because a lot of men out there, they might get themselves into a situation. Maybe they're embarrassed. Maybe maybe they don't have anybody to talk to. And the thing about men is they hold a lot of things in because the world tells you that you have to be masculine, you got to be manly, and especially out here today. Well, today it's kind of flipped because you got a lot of soy boy kids out here, limped arm, no muscles, and they're letting out all the emotions. I mean, they're going overboard with the emotions to the point where they're actually transitioning into the opposite sex, you know? But if you're a man out there, you don't have anybody to talk to, that should be one of your main priorities in life, honestly. I know we all out here, we want to get money, we want to get relationships, we want to clap booty cheeks. But you got to get yourself like just a little clique of men. You don't need no more than one or two, maybe three at the most. You don't need too many guys because the more you start to get, then you never know what those guys have going on in their life. And the more people you have come around you, it's just more problems. So you need yourself about 1, 2, 3 at the top, 3 good guys around you where you can actually let them know what's going on in your head and they can actually be accepting and not judgmental of what's going on with you. You know what I mean? Because, you know, a lot of guys out there, we like to clown and, you know, talk trash and stuff like that. Like, oh, man, she stuck a finger where?
Nope.
And now, look, you in the parking lot like Nautica Malone. And you out of here. You know what I mean? Just because we cracked a silly joke. Anyway, you need guys like that's very solid. You can tell them some of your deepest secrets. Now, you're never going to tell them all the skeletons in your closet because you probably got some shit going on, you know, that you don't want anybody talking about. But you need a group of guys around you where you can actually let things out, let your emotions go, and they'll be there to support you. Because if this guy had that, then maybe he wouldn't have took the route that he did. Now, it did look like he was married, okay? And I don't have a picture of his family. If you go up there and Google it, now I'm pretty sure you can find a picture of him and his family. But it looked like he was married with a child. And now this child has to grow up. Here it is right here. So that's him, his wife. You know, he got a little gordita and a little mixed child. And he looks like a happy man. It's always the guys that you don't think would do some shit like this. Those are the guys that do it. It's not like that creepy dude. You're like, oh, yeah, he's definitely going to come into work and spray it up. He never does it. It's always guys like this. Guys that look like this that's doing the shady shit. Because these married guys. So look, me personally, if I had something going on like this because I'm single, if I was like getting the party jumping by myself at a Bikini Barista stand, and then I roll up and I try to let off the baby batter right in front of them, and they posted me on Instagram or, you know, social media is doing something like this, I don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't care. And I'll explain that for you real quick. I don't have to come here. I don't have to answer to anybody, do I?
Nope.
Nobody. I don't have to answer to nobody except my son. That's it. He downstairs. He's sick. He ain't going to school. He ain't even gonna understand what's going on until later. Well, he's like, oh shit, that's dad right there. I don't have to answer to anybody. This guy right here, okay, he has to feel the embarrassment, right? Not only that, he has to go home and feel the blunt pressure and the wrath and the venom of this woman right here that she gonna put on his ass when she look on her phone. She's like, or somebody called her out like, hey girl, you know, Hey, you seen that video of Nautica? What are you talking about? What video? Oh, he's all over social media getting the party jumping. And, yeah, he's caught on with his Jimmy out at a... Now, your wife, she gonna hear that, and then your ass gonna come home. You gotta feel that wrath and venom, and you gotta find some way to clean it up, you know, because they're probably in church and stuff like that. Now your church is gonna know about it. Your job's gonna know about it. Her family's gonna know about it. Not only your family's gonna know about it, you know. What if she's like a nice conservative girl and, you know, her family's conservative? Now, every time you come to family events, they can be looking at your ass all side-eyed and crazy. You know, you gonna be in the back crying.
$1,000 a month. What more do you want from me?
You up here crying.
Oh,
You embarrassed. You don't know what to do with your life.
congratulations.
So this is a time where you should actually want to have a group of guys around you where you could let this off to them. No pun intended. You could get this thing off your shoulders and let them know and get some advice to them, get some advice from them on how to clean this thing up. But like I was saying, you know, you got that going on. But me, I can do that, and I can look on social media and be like, oh, man, there I am. That sucks. I talk to my group of guys. They can help give me some information. You know, we laugh and joke about it, stuff like that. I'll still be okay, you know. I'm not going to go crash out, do some dumb shit like this and self-delete. Yeah, that's what I'm not going to do. So anyway, that's him and his family. But that's maybe one of the reasons why he took this route, because of the embarrassment. Now, I'm going to pull this up, and it says, how can we lower men's self-deletion rates? Okay, let me blow this up. How can we lower men's self-deletion rates? There it is. So it says everyone can help lower men's self-deletion rates on both a micro and macro level. First, you can directly support the men in your life. Keep an eye out for signs and symptoms of depression and let them know you're there for them. Take any potential signs of self-deletion seriously. Make sure the man in your life know where they can go for support. Be it friends, family, their doctor, a therapist, or local organizations. Now, that's a good thing, too. I mean, if you have a doctor or a therapist, I don't know if you got a good uncle or something like that, maybe that might be a good outlet. You know, you can't be going around telling your mom stuff like this, or your aunt. They're going to make fun of you, where your aunt's going to make fun of you. But if you have a doctor or a therapist or something like that, well, the thing about a doctor is you can't just get in contact with a doctor. Like, you can't just call them up. You got to schedule an appointment, and usually it's going to take a week or two. Your therapist, if you got a good therapist, then maybe that might be a good outlet. And I will say one thing, right? If you don't have a good group of guys to hang out with, like I got 2 guys and I got my uncle that I can talk to. I can pretty much tell these dudes whatever I want. Not anything. One of them, you know, he might be fucking clowning and stuff like that. But anyway, I can tell these guys whatever I want to, so I don't need a therapist, all right? Not everybody needs a therapist. But I will say, if you're a married guy, okay, and you're not able to have friends like that because you got your wife bearing down on you, she's all up on your back like this, you know, like the good devil, bad devil. She's right there in your ear. You have no outlet. You can't go out and do anything, all right, without your wife knowing about it. She got your phone tapped. Y'all on the same phone bill. Any website you look up, she can look it up. So you ain't got no outlet, right? That's when I think that you need to have a therapist. Just pay a therapist, man. Just go out there, pay the money for a therapist. That way that they won't have to let your knife, they won't have, knife, exactly. They won't have to let your wife know what you guys are talking about. And you can also go to a therapist. You can literally let everything out, you know, without being judged. So I would recommend, if you're a married guy, you need to have a therapist. Spend the money to do it. If you're a single guy like me, just get you a good group of guys out there. And if you can't find that because people are so shady now, then go out there and pay the money for a therapist too. Okay, it says on a macro level, we can help lower the men's deletion rate by by continuing to remove the stigma. While progress has been made over the years and men are more comfortable speaking out and expressing themselves, there's still a long way to go. Pursuing therapy is a vital aspect of mental health. It's important to normalize going to therapy as a man. Increasing availability of mental health care can further lower self-deletion rates in men and improve their overall quality of life. Addressing issues like homophobic and transphobic discrimination, systematic racism, and social isolation among older men in your community can also lower self-deletion rates. Okay. They covered everything, right? So we got some information out there. Now, they just had to throw this in there. Issues like homophobic and transphobic discrimination. What does that have to do? I mean, I guess if the guys are transitioning or something, like what's going on here? What does that have to do with men's self-deletion rates? Bro, if you self-deleting over systematic racism, like, man, you know something, man, now I gotta cook. Look, man, I'm telling you what, if you so weak and you sitting up there, you got these things, issues like homophobic and transphobic discrimination, systematic racism, social isolation, and what is this? If you're self-deleting over systematic racism, man, you need to go take a long, hard look in the mirror, do some self-evaluation, okay? Pull your punk ass self up by your bootstraps, get out there, go make some money or go do something, okay? Because if you don't get out there and do these things and you're blaming it over systematic racism, that means you're a loser. It's not systematic racism. I'm so sick of these words getting thrown out there like that. I swear to God, dude, the racism word is getting played out there just like, what is that one phrase that they use? I forgot what it is. What is it? Now it's kind of messing up my rant. Because whatever, it's when you talk about Jewish people, what is it? I forgot exactly what it is. Anyway, back to my rant. If you're out there and you're using systematic racism as a way to be victimized in this economy, okay, out there in this world, you go out there, you get 1, 2, 3 jobs. You go out there, you learn a trade, you learn a craft, you learn a skill, you do whatever you have to. You clean cars if you have to. Do something to make some money. Don't focus on girls. Don't focus on booty cheeks and stuff like that. Don't worry about that. Get out there and make some money. Stop blaming white people. Stop blaming Asian people. All this stuff. Get out there. Pull your head out your ass. Go out there and be something for yourself and your kids and your family or whoever it is that you have to help and support. Stop using systematic racism, okay? Systematic racism was a thing in the past, okay? It's not so much a thing right now. Because what systems out there is it right there in your face that are put in place so that you as a black man or Asian man, or it's usually black people doing it, as a black man, you can't go as far as the next man. Now, if you look at it, black people are about 13% of the population, right? I think Mexicans have passed you guys, right? I think white people are about 66% of the population, okay? So if you were to go out there and you'd be like, oh, you know, there's so many more white people working in this job than there is black people. Well, what the hell do you expect? Of course, there's 66% of the population. Of course there are more. So instead of focusing on that, just worry about yourself, okay? Don't worry about helping your brothers and stuff like that. Don't worry about helping the community and all this stuff, all right? Don't worry about that. Just go out there and get yours. Dumbasses. All right, anyway. Black Suburban Dad reviews. It's been another good video. I'm out. Like and subscribe. I'll be back later with the CDC video and talking about how you guys better be prepared to mask up again. Am I?
Nope.
Nah, I'm not doing it, but you guys will. Peace.